Welcome back to Jump to Snap. Today we are going to be covering all the games from Week 6, some surprising games and some not so surprising finishes. Stay tuned.
Let's go.
All right, first game of the week, we had the Giants beating the Eagles 34-17. A late interception in the game as the Eagles were trying to get back into the game, down by 10, came at a bad time for Jalen Hurts. What did you have for the game, Carter?
Cam Scatterbo is a fucking god. 31 points in fantasy. Oh my god. Frick, I don't know, man. He's not gonna have a long career, but it is sure a lot of fun. And wow, time is going quick. Cam Scatterbo is a lot of fun to watch. Jackson Dart is looking pretty good. It sucks they won because I want Dayball to be fired and they need to reset. Eagles got embarrassed because they fucking deserve it. They look terrible. They look like Chiefs of last year. Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. He is a system quarterback. I'm gonna throw that out there. Broncos Jets. What do you thought? What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't watch much of this game. What did you think of the game?
Holy fucking shit is Justin Fields' ass. Oh my god. He had as many sacks as he did completions. He had, let me double check the numbers here because I want to talk about how historically bad. I don't believe that ESPN, up there it is, negative 10 yards.
Oh, on total or passing yards. That was passing yards.
Yeah. Negative 10 passing yards. Broncos should have been blowing them out, but oh my god, I don't know if they're good or not. Justin Fields is not him. Aaron Glenn is saying all the wrong stuff, and he's probably going to get fired after this season. Colts, what do you think?
Well, Indiana Jones is still him. He was 22 for 30, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. Well, I have 1 interception. Jonathan Taylor had a game, 21 carries, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Cardinals, they lose another game. Brissett, he looked pretty good. I thought, maybe, I don't know, Kyler Murray, maybe his position's in trouble. I don't know.
No, this is the standard Jacoby Brissett has a good game thing. He's definitely, I'd say he's definitely a better passer than Kyler Murray, but that job is unfortunately still Kyler Murray's to lose. But is it a coincidence that the same week Battlefield 6 comes out, suddenly Kyler Murray's hurt? I don't think so. All right, moving on. Chargers, Dolphins, thoughts, go.
Justin Herbert, he had a pretty good game, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lad McConkey, he had that big reception towards the end of the game that the Dolphins should have won, but I forget, it was like a 40-something yard pass to put them in field goal range. Dolphins find a way to lose. Dolphins still suck. 2 of 3 interceptions. That's about what I got.
Yeah, Chargers with half their roster depleted. Okay, but to Miami to keep it that close, pretty sad. But Miami is a fucking mess right now. You got Tua going on the podium calling out players when former players are now coming out saying, dude, you were late to your own player meetings. It's starting to seem like Tua isn't really a good leader on the field, and it doesn't help that Mike McDaniel, in his laid-back personality, doesn't seem to be that great of a leader either. Patriots, Saints.
Patriots, Saints. I thought Saints would have a chance to win this, and they did. They had opportunities to win this, but Spencer Rattler couldn't capitalize on chances he was given. Drake May's still a stud. We always knew that. 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kayshawn, I'm not even going to try his last name. Butte.
I think it's just Boot.
Boot. He had 5 receptions, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Probably the best game of his career.
I mean, honestly, the Saints, they are, the record doesn't say it, but they're in a good spot because for once, quarterback and coaching are not the problem. You got a quarterback that isn't messing up and throwing the game away, and you have a coach who's coaching very well. It's just the roster is very lackluster, so they're at a very good foundational step right now. And I think going forward, if they make the right picks, they're going to be solid. Steelers, Browns, what do you...
Steelers, 23, Browns, 9. Nothing much to say about this ugly game. Rodgers looking good still, and DK Metcalf looking incredible, but Judkins was held in check, and Dylan Gabriel, 52 attempts for 221 yards, not good.
Whoa. Gabriel had 52 attempts?
52 attempts. He was 29 for 52.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. All I gotta say is Rodgers. It's nice to see him going out on a high into a sunset. You know, riding into that sunset, kind of on fire. Browns. I mean, Stefanski's a good coach, but I've said for the past 3 years, his offense is completely outdated. It just doesn't work anymore. He's not the only issue. I mean, there's a lot of issues with that team. Unfortunately, time's starting to catch up, and he is starting to become a problem for that team. Panthers, Cowboys.
Panthers 30, Cowboys 27. I did make this prediction, so I'm going to give myself a quick clap. Rico Dowdle, 30 carries, 183 yards, plus 4 receptions for 56 yards, 1 TD. He led the team in rushing and receiving. Bryce Young, 17 for 25, 199 yards, 3 TDs, had 1 interception. Dallas just finds a way to lose.
Well, they didn't just find a way. You can play him Eber lose for that because their defense is terrible. Thank God I had Tetra McMillan and George Pickens on my fantasy roster this week. That was like 55 points right there. But no, Dak Prescott for real is looking really good this year. And unfortunately, the defense just keeps letting him down. Seahawks, Jags. I know you had the Jags.
I did. They didn't win it, but it was Seahawks 20, Jaguars 12. Sam Darnold keeps proving that he can lead a team. He's 16 for 27, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. JSN 8 receptions, 162 yards, 1 touchdown. Jesus Christ. Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, he had a good game, 258 yards, 2 TDs, but I don't know. I thought the Jaguars were going to pull this one off.
Seahawks are just a more complete team. Their defense is really... I feel like it's not being talked about enough, and so I might say they're an underrated defense, but they have a really good defense, and I mean, they have one issue, and that is Ohio State wide receivers are going off this year. Before Mika Ibuka got hurt, I'm sure he would have had a great game, but he was having an amazing season. JSN is making a really good case for offensive player of the year, but it sucked. Brian Thomas Jr., best game of the season, and it just wasn't enough because freaking Seahawks defense is amazing. Rams and the Ravens. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, the Rams 17, the Ravens 3. Matthew Stafford 17 for 26, 181 yards, 1 TD. Cooper Rush for the Ravens 11 for 19, 72 yards, 1 interception. It was so bad they had to bring in Tyler Huntley, who went 10 for 15, 68 yards. And Derrick Henry 24 carries, 122 yards. So there's something for him.
It's nice to see Derrick Henry get his bounce back. It sucks Puka Nacua got hurt because he was having an amazing season. It'll be interesting to see how long he's out. I don't understand why the Rams kept it so close with the Ravens when the Texans dropped like 45 on them, which I would say right now the Texans are a worse team than the Rams. The Ravens just have fundamental issues everywhere. I mean, coaching is... Their D-line, their O-line, bad. I don't know why they were starting Cooper Rush because Tyler Huntley is a much more, I want to say, not a clone of Lamar, but he fits that play style better. So it just makes no sense why they had Cooper Rush going because he proved last week he sucks ass. Yeah, Ravens got a lot to figure out this offseason, I think. And maybe even sooner if they keep losing like this. Raiders, Titans.
Raiders 20, Titans 10. Geno Smith 17 for 23, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Gentry had 23 carries, 75 yards, 1 TD. Meanwhile, Cam Ward 26 for 38, 222 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. And this was the game, I'm guessing, that got the Titans coach fired. So, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I know you had the Titans winning this week. I didn't. I mean, the Raiders suck, but the Cardinals out-assed the Titans last week. I knew the Raiders weren't going to out-ass the Titans this week. And, there's really 2 winners this week, the Raiders and Titan fans, because they're finally free of the Callahans. Unfortunately, it keeps the cycle going of hire a GM, fire the coach, fire the GM, fire the coach. It's just an endless cycle over and over and over again. But maybe now with a good GM, hopefully, things can go up for them. start looking brighter. On to the game we've all been waiting for, though. Packers, Bengals.
Packers 27, Bengals 18. Jordan Love 19 for 26, 259 yards, 1 tutty, 1 interception. Josh Jacobs 18 carries, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Golden, he's getting better. He had 3 receptions, 86 yards. They got to learn to get the ball to him more some way. But the Packers did win, but it wasn't as dominant as I thought it was going to be. And I'm still kind of waiting for that pass rush we seen a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the pass rush. We should have had 8 sacks on Flacco in this game against that O-line, but unfortunately Flacco is really good at getting the ball out quick, and when you have targets like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, it's not going to be easy to get to him and stop him from getting that ball out quick. At least in the first half, the defense did look amazing. Golden, I'm glad to see he's warming up. Jacobs, great to have a good run game out of him finally. Not that it was his fault all season, as the O-line wasn't doing him any favors. I think Jordan Love is starting to outgrow the LaFleur system, I'm not going to lie. Because LaFleur lately just wants to go laterally, but Love is proving that he's much more of a vertical player than LaFleur is trying to make him to be. Ugly win, but hopefully this snaps the curse of LaFleur teams not being ready coming out of the bye. We'll see next week. Hopefully next week we're back to how we were in week 1 and 2, but it'll be interesting to see. Buccaneers, 49ers.
Yes, Tampa 30, 49ers 19. Baker Mayfield 17 for 23, 256 yards, 2 tutties. Rashad White 17 carries, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Egbuka, he didn't have a very good game. 2 receptions, 24 yards. Oh yeah, that's right. He pulled a hamstring. Thank God I traded him. Mac Jones 27 for 39, 347 yards, but he had 2 interceptions that probably killed him.
Buccaneers, they're just going to limp their way to victory at this point. But Mayfield is having a great season. Right now I would say it's probably him and May for MVP. Mahomes shouldn't be in that conversation at all. I don't know why people keep putting him up there, but 49ers continue to be cursed with injury, losing Fred Warner for the season, one of the best linebackers in recent memory. I'm really starting to think CMC is doing some black magic to stay healthy. Every injury that he should have had, he's throwing it on to everyone else. Oh, I should have broke my ankle there. Fred Warner. It's just, oh my God. But yeah, nice to see the Bucs win. I don't hate them. I don't like them when we play them, but I don't hate them. Sucks that Emeka Egbuka got hurt because I'm a sucker for Ohio State wide receivers. But Chiefs, Lions.
Patrick Mahomes finishes with 22 for 30, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kelsey even got involved a little bit, 6 receptions, 78 yards. Goff, he had a pretty good game, 23 for 29, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think with the Lions, they live by the sword and they die by the sword. They turned over the ball on downs twice, so sometimes you're going to make those forced downs when you're aggressive, and other times it's going to bite you, and I think this game, it bit them.
I mean, Kelsey was having a good game. I think they were just going to get outplayed altogether. I thought that fight at the end of the game was pretty entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
But for the Chiefs to have 0 penalties in that game, which hasn't happened for any team since 2013, I find it a little hard to believe, because the way they've been officiating taunting calls this year, the fact that Mahomes didn't get a flag for flexing on Brian Branch at one point, which I didn't see the game, I was at work, but I saw that celebration. I'm like, why wasn't that a flag? That should, I don't care if Branch was 5 feet away, 10 feet away, that should have been a flag, just the way they're calling it this year. So after that game, only 2 things are inevitable now. The tush push will never be officiated correctly, and the Chiefs will always have calls in their favor. Just calling it now. That's just how it's going to be. As long as Mahomes is there, that's how it's going to be. Falcons, Bills.
Falcons 24, Bills 14. I predicted this game as well. I got a lot of shit for it, but the Falcons win. Penix Jr., 20 for 32, 250 yards, 1 touchdown. B. John Robinson, the best running back in the league currently, 19 carries, 170 yards, 1 touchdown. Also had 6 receptions for 68 yards. And Drake London, 10 receptions, 158 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, the Bills have they lost bad. It's their second straight loss and the second straight game where James Cook had less than 100 rushing yards. I don't think that's a coincidence. Their offense just hasn't looked right the past 2 weeks. I mean, it doesn't help they have no real wide receivers. Keon Coleman seemingly plateauing. Dalton Kincaid, I think we've seen the best we're ever going to see out of him. I like him, but I think we've seen the best we are. For once, the defense kept him in the game, which is surprising, but unfortunately, Josh Allen just couldn't get it done with that team. Whether I didn't see that game, I was watching the Bears one, but the Falcons, ever since Zach Robinson moved as the Falcons offensive coordinator, moved to the sideline, their offense has looked amazing. Genuinely, it's not the best, but it's looked way better, like shockingly good. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. There's a lot of talk of Miami firing McDaniel and making the Falcons making him their OC after Zach Robinson takes a head coaching job somewhere, whether it be Oklahoma State or an NFL job. We don't know yet. Be interesting to see. But finally, the Bears and the Commies.
The Bears 25 and the Commies 24. Caleb Williams 17 for 29, 252 yards, 1 touchdown. Swift had 14 carries, 108 yards. He also had 2 receptions, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. Costly turnovers, including a fumble late in the fourth quarter, helped the Bears to squeak by the Commanders.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Commanders, ever since week 2, they have not looked, maybe there is an argument since week 1, they have not looked the same as they did last year. I genuinely don't know. What it is. I don't know what their problem is. They just look like a shell of themselves. Jaden Daniels looks amazing still, though. I mean, the interception was bad, but he's looked, I would still say he's the better quarterback of the two. After 2 matchups of, last year with the amazing Hail Mary, and now this game, I mean, the number 1 and number 2 pick having a 1-1 record against each other, that's pretty freaking good. But DeAndre Swift, great game. He was seemingly unstoppable, both in the receiving game and the rushing attack. But yeah, those fumbles, the turnovers, that killed them. That was it. And I had the Bears winning. I just didn't think it'd be like that.
Well, that covers it, and we will be back next week to cover next week's game. So stay tuned, check us out, subscribe, comment, like, whatever you need to do, and we will see you next week.